Inspired by the 1986 Midway arcade game, Rampage stars Dwayne Johnson and Naomi Harris and is directed by Brad Payton. Brad Payton directed San Andreas, which also starred Johnson, and so the pair decided to make another movie together. Rampage was a total destruction game, and it was difficult at first when this movie was announced to be in production to see how they were going to adapt it. However, they have very cleverly decided to use the word inspired, and anyone going in with the expectation that they're going to see something similar to the game will be sorely disappointed. If you watch the trailer, you will see a lot of destruction and a lot of bonding between Johnson, Harris, and of course the animal George, who is now a gigantic ape. Peyton is clearly good at destructing things, not just skyscrapers, but story and character development as well. This film does not go deep into the characters that are set within this film. Dwayne Johnson, I have no complaints with. He started his career early in the 2000s, and his films have sort of gathered up big momentum, an emphasis on big. But they are soon becoming a checklist, and people can sort of start ticking off things or start a drinking game by what a Dwayne Johnson film is going to include, except perhaps maybe the Fast and Furious movies. The villains in the movie, one of which is played by Mylene Ackerman, and the other guy I haven't even bothered to remember the name of, play archetypal villains to the point where you want to boo and hiss every time they come on the, I want to say, stage. The film is predictable in terms of its plot, but then again it is a blockbuster, so what else were you expecting? However, unlike San Andreas, who has been predicted a sequel, this one doesn't really need it. It ties up everything and should be remembered as the film that tried to be inspired by a video game made in 1986. See this if you haven't played the game, or even if you have, it doesn't really impact your enjoyment of it. They're two separate entities, hence why the filmmakers used the word inspired instead of adapted, much like in the case of true stories, which are inspired rather than taken from and based on a true story. Also see it if you have seen San Andreas. It's on the same level of enjoyment, although I did prefer San Andreas. And that's all I've got to say about the film.